Good morning. Happy New Year. It is time to start fresh. It's good to see you guys here. A few of you have joined us. Want to hear a little bit about your plans for 2025. We'll talk some more about that in a minute. But right now, if you want to ask anybody to join us, we know we have to wake them up. Facebook has to get woken up. YouTube has to wake up. So I see Melinda's trying to even wake up her hubby and her daughter right there. Just wake them up. Go ahead, go for it, Melinda. Get everybody going. Good morning, Jimmy, Shelly. Shelly calls me Curtis. Hey, Rhonda Murray Hubbard, how are you? Man, it is a busy, busy day. It's going to be an awesome day, but it's busy. And it's going to be freezing here in Georgia today. I talked to Shelly, and they were getting tons of snow yesterday. I'm sure Rhonda's getting it in Missouri. It's coming our way. But wake everybody up. Wake up the algorithms. Wake people up. And if you put people's names in here right now and tag them, don't think like, oh, they're not up yet. They're on California time zone, or maybe they're busy doing something. I know they can't get on right now. It's okay. Facebook's going to tag them, and they can watch it later. So just go ahead and put names in, okay? Whoever you want to add. Hey, Rusty, how are you? Who else has joined us? Mona Hitch. Good grief, we got a bunch of people. Oh, looks like, Mark, that Melinda was able to wake you up. That's good. Good. Okay, well, let's dive in. We're talking about first month of your best year ever. You ever heard somebody say this is the first day of the rest of your life? That's always a true statement. But this is the only time this year we'll be able to say this is the first month of your best year ever, because there's only one January. But you can start and join us anytime. But I'm going to make this a little bit different than our normal kickoff a month. We call them start well calls. We have our rhythm is start well, finish strong. So you start the month well with good intentions. And I'm not trying to be your detailed business coach. Our business model in Juice Plus, it pays us to coach our teams. We're paid to coach people well. And I know like Rhonda and Shelly and Melinda and Rusty, they're great leaders on here and they coach their teams well. But this is for all of us to take a 30,000-foot view and to come together and get a rhythm to our business. To take each month, seize it, work the month, and then to have that finish strong call at the end of the month. Because here's your options, guys. You can let procrastination, which you'll procrastinate, your team members will procrastinate unless you say no. You got to resist it. So are you going to let procrastination determine your destination? Or are you going to let urgency destroy procrastination? So that's when we finish strong, we say urgency is going to win. I am not doing this restart thing. I am not going to just postpone my life into the next month. I'm going to finish what I started, build my paycheck, get my team's paychecks up, set goals. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So tonight, first time I've ever done this, I have for decades done some sort of program to help me, guide me. This is my Illuminate. It's my favorite. I did Illuminate cold over the summer. Does anybody else do, I'd love to see, anybody else do Illuminate hot? Like put it in a mug in hot water? Illuminate hot is out of this world. I'm fixing my brain. I'm re-getting my energy going, focus, clarity. If you've never tried Illuminate, you got to do it. And if you've never tried it hot, you got to do it. So, excuse me. I think I just breathed some Illuminate instead of swallowing it. So I've always done something to help me do my best year ever. Michael Hyatt's got programs. Different people have programs that I've paid good money for. Paid good money for them. And I decided that this business has blessed me so much, that Jay Martin gifted me so much, that I wanted to create a best year ever program for you guys and for me, selfishly, so that I could give it back to you guys and it didn't cost you a dime. So that you could take 2025, stare at the finish line of December 2025, and know that where you want to be and what the year looks like. What is a victorious year, a champion year, an income goal, a family goal, a relationships goal? What does it look like to have a victorious year? Picture it, see it, grab it, grasp it, and then want that so bad that we discover the things you have to do today, January, February, March, in order to cross that finish line in December. That's what we're going to do, Best Year Ever. It's a 12-month program. It's not really a program. It's content, it's tools, it's a guide for you. Go to the website there, makealife.com/bestyearever, BYE 2025. Makealife.com/BYE 2025. Go there. I don't know if Trey or Beth are on this morning. They can drop that link in the chat if they're there. They may not be. If they're not, Shelly, you can type it in there if you want to. And so tonight we're going to do that. You can sign up, go to that website, sign up. And you're signing up not because I'm putting you, somebody said, well, I don't want to get in your sales funnel, Curtis. I don't do sales funnels. I just do people and relationships. I don't have a funnel. I use technology to help me communicate and be more efficient and talk to more people and to share and gift whatever resources God's given me back to the people that I love. And so you're signing up just so you can we're going to do a once-a-month newsletter. It's going to have a video training in it with all kind of content around 6 topics. We got 6 tools we're going to teach you. Trey didn't put those in. The 6 tools are tools, tactics, targets, team, trust, and time. Is that right? Yeah. Those are the things we're going to have for you. We're going to cover those 6 topics on a regular basis. So join us. Come tonight. Guess who's speaking tonight? It's going to be the bomb. Tommy Newberry, New York Times bestselling author. Travis Garza, CEO of the Juice Plus Company. Dr. Jan Roberto, an amazing physician from Ohio. Wendy Campbell, a nurse from Missouri, California, and now Montana, that is an inspiration and a warrior on a mission. And then I'm going to share with you too. So we're going to have a great time tonight. So awesome. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to dive into our month because I want to make this, I want you to join us tonight for the year. But every month's going to look like this in 2025. I know that says June 2024, but it's just a month. Don't worry about the details. It's a start and a finish. Sometime you're on this call because it's the first Wednesday that made sense this month. I mean, the first fell on a Wednesday. I was not going to do this call with you guys on New Year's Day. So we had to skip to the next week. Now, normally we're not going to be this deep into the month. It's not already going to be the 8th when we start because I want you to do your initial coaching call. You should have already done it. You should have had your upline, your mentor, whoever you trust that pours into you. You should have had a coaching call with them to assess where you are, what you want to accomplish in January. Lay out a plan and activities to make that happen. And then you're going to find out all those details too from the people on your team. So the little goals of the army of people you're building, it could be one in your army right now. It could be 100. But all those smaller goals add up to make your goal be bigger. Your goal can be so much bigger if you're not carrying the whole load yourself. So we start the month out that way, and then we work the month. There'll be a special training in the middle. And then the end of the month, we have that Finish Strong call we just talked about. So here's what I want you to do when you start well. Gather your data, get your downline growth report. The new website calls it different things, but it's your downline report. If you don't know how to get it, reach out to somebody. And they're going to be a bunch of Fridays in January where Dee, Lucas, and Wendy McGlone are going to teach us how to use the new virtual office. You can join on those. You want to visualize your team on a piece of paper, draw it out. You want to start with 3 questions. What went well last month, last year, right now? What went wrong? Celebrate what went well. Keep doing it. What went wrong? Stop. Don't keep beating your face up against the wall. Stop doing the things that aren't working. Get rid of the obstacles that are in your way, and then figure out what you need to do different. Schedule a coaching call like we talked about with your upline. Share the data, set your goals, and take action. And then those 2 weeks in the middle of the month, that's when you're working the plan. You've calendared your events on that first call. You've got 3-way phone calls scheduled. I know Shelly and I were talking this weekend. I mean, your upline, your leader should have a link to their calendar they can send you and say, if you want to schedule a call with one of your team members, prospects, here's the way you do it. You don't have to chase me down. Click on this link. You can get to my calendar, and you ought to be doing 5 or 10 three-way phone calls a week. It's the key to your business. Are you going to schedule those? We just did a live power hour last week, and we actually scheduled some of those calls while we were there. Okay? That's what this call is about right now. I want you guys to make sure, if you haven't done your coaching call, reach back and do it. It's okay. It feels like 2 days ago, Monday, was when the year started. It was just Christmas and New Year's falling on a Wednesday just really consumes a lot of time, okay? But it's going to be a great year. It's going to be awesome. So this is one of my big things. I said it early on. Can we all agree right now? What does Mark say? Could you confirm the start time? Mark, the start time of what? Is that tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern? I guess that's what you're asking about. So the best year ever starts 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. But I want you to take what's on the screen right here. And what I would like for you to do is agree to not let this be what your life looks like, what your business looks like in 2025. I don't want procrastination to look like, feel like, and actually what determines your destination every month. Now, you got to do two things. I've always said in this business that the hardest thing to do, if you've never done a business like this before, the hardest thing to do is really, time management's key, but the hardest thing to do is to learn how to manage yourself. There are a lot of people. How many of you, before you join this business, or was this the first time you got into a business where you didn't have a boss, didn't have a schedule, didn't have a cubicle or an office and a time you had to be there? Maybe it is 8 p.m. tonight. Is it 8 p.m. Eastern? Beth, can you confirm? I thought it was 7 p.m. Eastern. It is 7 p.m. Eastern. Yep. It's 7 p.m., not 8. 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't let that procrastination become what drives you, what moves you, what lets you end up where you're going to go. Because if you don't get proactive as a leader, if you don't decide that you're going to learn how to manage yourself, procrastination will manage you. It's the hardest thing to do if you've never done business like this before, by far. And as a leader, go ahead and own that and acknowledge that. And when you bring somebody into the business, I mean, I can tell you, we've got 100 Club founder NMDs on our team. And I can tell you one of them had never done a business like this before. I'm not going to name them. They might be embarrassed. Never done a business like this before. They were 90 days into their business. They were divorced, teenage kids. They had to make this business work. They had no choice. But they were having zero success. I mean, like none. They were having no success. And we asked them, I remember my mom and I were on a conference call, and we said, well, let's look at your calendar. What have you done in the last 2 weeks for your business? What have you done the last week? Any of you guys, if you'll take a look at your calendar or somebody's calendar, you can tell why they're not productive. You can tell why they are or not productive, and you can see where they're spending their time. So he was obviously not managing his time very well, not managing himself very well. That means getting your butt out of the bed in the morning, taking a shower, looking presentable, having some quiet time, getting your body and your mind and your spirit revved up for a day, and go pour it into people and conversations. He wasn't doing it. So we said, okay, if you want this business to work for you, you're going to call us every day for 90 days at 4 o'clock and tell us what you did that day. Now, he's a Founders Multiple 100 Club National Marketing Director today. Well into, mid-high six-figure income earner. How many of you'd be willing to report in on your activity every day for 90 days at 4 o'clock if you knew that would happen? This business is not a matter of will it work for you or if it will work for you. It's a matter of are you going to work it correctly? Are you going to pour yourself into it? It works. I mean, it's worked for us. I mean, I've seen it. It works. The business works. The product works. It's the best in the world. It's the number one in the world. What are you going to do to make sure it works for you? Well, you can't let procrastination determine your destination. That's for sure. Um, so I want you to be there. I want you to absorb that. I want you to take this month, get on your coaching call, plan the month. We're going to do our end of the month coaching call. We're going to kick off the year tonight with the best year ever. I probably am more excited about sharing this resource with you on a regular basis than I am anything we're doing. We just got off the phone, Trey and I did, from recording the podcast episode that's coming out in 2 weeks. And we're going to do so many more of these this year. It's Jessie Lepicki. And she's one of the speakers at the Peachtree Boot Camp here January 31st. But she's a QNMD, cute as a button, great wife, great mom, was a extreme obstacle course racer. I mean, she's tenacious, she's fit. And she made it to QNMD before COVID and was so close to NMD. COVID hit. She had a baby. Her check got her business was there. Her income, it shrunk and went down during COVID. And when she had her baby, and she got all kind of issues came up in her life, but her check stayed. And she said, I'm going to build this business back. And she's built it back. And she's going to be a national marketing director by the end of this year. And we just did a podcast with her just to hear her story of resilience and what it takes. What's different now, when you're building your business with a 2.5-year-old versus not having any baggage around you. Not that our kids are baggage, but you know what I mean. So she's going to speak at Peachtree, but she's going to be on our podcast. We're going to do multiple episodes of our podcast every month. And the podcast, it's life. It's what you make it. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can go to makealife.com/podcast and find it. Sign up, subscribe, whatever you want to do, however you listen to podcasts. But it's life. It's what you make it. It's not life. It's what happens. And that's why we do these coaching calls. That's why we're here together. That's why you, on this call, why you're successful. Because you decided to be intentional about creating the month you want to have, creating the year you want to have. And that's why we're all together doing this, okay? Now, I want to just nail this down real quick to equip you for the month a little bit better. And we didn't go into as much training today because I'm going to load you up tonight at 7 o'clock, okay, for the year. But we had a company call on Saturday, January the 4th. If you didn't hear it, that recording's being edited and it'll be sent out very soon. But we got a special going on right now. Best thing that's ever happened in terms of an offer. This Reset 25, $129 of free product. Just order a trio, paid in full installments, with or without a Healthy Starts order with a free kid. Capsules only. And you get free Luminate, 15 samples, free Vanilla Complete, 15 servings, free Chocolate Complete, 15 servings. And it's absolutely an insane offer. I can't even believe they're doing it, honestly. So that's going on right now. Our reset kind of kick off your health year is going on right now. That special lasts till January 31st. So you don't want, if you've got someone that's wants to kick off a healthier year with you, just share it. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. All of my intelligent friends do this when I send it to them. All of them. All of my intelligent friends do this when I offer it to them. All my intelligent friends take Juice Plus when they find out about it. So y'all are all my intelligent friends, so share this opportunity. It's amazing. Hey, Dr. Rachel Smart, looking forward to being down in Peachtree City with you in a couple of weeks. Glad you joined us. Okay. Whoa. You know what? This slide says 8 p.m. too. We need to really clarify that. Beth, are you on here? I know Beth or Trey 1 is. Beth, it's at 7 p.m. tonight. Let me go to the website. I'm going to go. This is crazy because the slide says 8, and I'm 99% sure that it's 7. This is not good. Hang on. Hang on, guys. We're going to make sure tonight it's 7. So my slide's wrong. I got to get that slide off the screen, people. It is 7 o'clock tonight. Disregard that slide. Get it. Go away, slide. Okay. Wow. Sorry about that. I don't know how we got the wrong time on a slide. And that even isn't that what the devil does? We already had a debate about, was it at 8, 7 or 8? And then there's a typo on the slide that just aggravated us even more. Cray cray. That's why Jay asked. That's why Mark asked. Okay, Mark. So how did you see that slide? Did I have a slide that said that earlier? Wait a minute. Yes. Oh, that slide was on the screen. Mark, you're way more intelligent than I am. Okay, it's at 7 o'clock. You know what? I think I can actually edit it right here. Watch that. How's that? 7 p.m. Oh, I made one little mistake there. Let me see if I can fix it. Okay, we're all at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I apologize. If anybody got confused, hopefully the only confusion was on these slides and not anywhere else. 7 o'clock tonight. Guys, we've got hundreds that are joining us. I'm so excited about this. I'm pumped. Let me describe for you how pumped I am about this. So, 37 years of doing this business. And here's what I see. I see amazing people that don't know how to do this business, don't know how to manage their time. And here's what they do. They operate the business in surges. They'll get excited. They'll get on a Zoom and Shelly Mackey's on there. I mean, her theme song is "This Girl's on Fire," so she's on fire. She gets them all fired up. They're all excited, and they have the most productive week in their business. I mean, they go after it. Well, their remembrance of Shelly's call fades every day for 7 days, and the next week they do nothing. And then Rhonda comes in and does an event in their town the beginning of the next month, and she fires them up and they do something for a week. And most people in this business, they operate in surges. So they get excited and they surge, but they have no concept. Actually, my word for the year is consistency. That's my word. And so what we're going to do in this best year ever is, and what I'm so excited about is, I want to teach you. I want to teach me. I want each of us to hold each other accountable to building our fire, to building it big. I mean, how big does your fire need to be December 2025, 12 months from now, for you to be winning and that fire to be roaring and creating what you want it to create in your life? How big does it need to be? Well, let's don't have it go out and rebuild it December the 10th. No, we're going to hold each other accountable. We're going to throw sticks on that fire for 12 months. We're going to throw, oh, wow, that's Terry's word too. Cool. Yeah, so I'll tell you why that's my word. Last year was a horrible year for our family. I mean, there were some good things too, but for some reason, health-wise and baby-wise, we've just had crisis. I had bladder infections, which was crazy. I mean, it was like, if you've never had a bad bladder infection, it was crazy. 7 weeks of antibiotics. I never liked being on antibiotics. We had preemie babies, miscarriages, divorce, crazy stuff. Lori ended up having kidney cancer from a kidney stone, and it was just like, and preemie babies in NICU for 12 weeks. It was like the whole year. Every time I wanted to get something going, the next crisis popped up. It was impossible to implement consistency last year. It was crazy. But this year, that's my word. I'm claiming it. And we're going to do this best year everything. And all of us, life's going to happen. We're going to have curveballs. It ain't going to be no rosy path. It's just not the way life works. but we're going to be victorious and overcomers because we see the finish line, and we're not going to let procrastination destroy our destination, that finish line. We're going to do it. We're going to hit it. We're going to make it happen. Okay? That's what this best year ever is all about. It is not some kind of miracle cure for you, but we're going to be on a journey together. I mean, it's going to be incredible. So that's tonight at 7 o'clock. Did you see that? Trey Bowden jumped in there and edited it live on Canva while we were talking. He fixed it. So the Peachtree Boot Camp, I got to tell you about this. I know everybody's not near Atlanta. It's okay. The Atlanta, we're 20 minutes from the Atlanta airport. If you can come, great. January 31st through February 1st. I just got off the phone with Gina Gura. She's coming, and she's going to tell some secrets not yet spoken about our product innovation pipeline. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do leadership together and calendar our full year on Friday morning. And I'm going to miss speakers. I'm not going to try and name everybody. But every speaker has a challenge. They can't just speak and send you home to see if you put it to practice. They have to have an activity and a plan. The last 15 minutes of every speaker's talk, they have to help you get started on what they taught you. Okay? Awesome. Yeah, put your words in there. That's great. I see thrive in there. A lot of thrives. Shelly Mackey, what's your word? Did you put your word? Yours can't just be fire, Shelly. You have to have another word. Let's see. What's Rhonda's word? Rhonda's is thrive. Let's see. Stands is thrive, hope, and consistency. There you go. Okay. All right. So another thing we're doing, if you want a text message every week, so we have to tackle our big blocks of time and know what we're going to do for the year. And then we got to focus and manage our month. We have to plan our week. And I want to help you. Maybe you just need a little bit of a nudge reminder. You're going to get one text a week. This is not any like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like political text. No, one text a week on Mondays. And it's going to be something motivational, something timely, appropriate. You know, one of the things I like to do, and Beth helps me so much, I like focus, Rachel. I like flourish, Debbie. I like leap. I like growth. I like joy. Fearless. Yes, great words. One of the things that we can do here together is when you get that text every week, you can use that to just poke you a little bit and say, okay, I'm going to be intentional about this week, not reactional. What if all 52 weeks of 2025, you were intentional about making the week happen? You didn't just get procrastinational and react to what happens. Game changer. Game changer. Abide. Love it, Debbie. Okay, so sign up for that. Share the news. If you want to get off the text list, it's just simple. You get off of it. But what I was going to say is I read a book called The Issachar Factor. It's about the tribe of Issachar. God says they were one of the most successful tribes on earth. And the reason they were successful is their leaders. They knew the signs of the times and they acted accordingly. And so every Monday, we're going to try and send you a text that's appropriate. It's a sign of the signs that are going on around us. That text is going to be appropriate to help you kick off your week, okay? Text that keyword to that number, and you can be added. You can share that with anybody you want to share it with, okay? All right. All right, so we got to do this together. You know, what's that word? Team, T-E-A-M, together everyone achieves more. I really believe that. What I want us to do this year is, we're going to travel. We're going to have amazing events. We're going to be in San Diego, all over the place. But I know with technology now, and the one good thing that COVID did is it showed us how in touch we can be with each other and relationally be there for each other if we learn how to use technology wisely. In this best year ever, we're going to build a community online where we're touching each other. You're going to have friends. Okay, Shelly, yours is rest. I love it. I got to share with you, there's a training I did on rest versus work. It's on our YouTube channel. That's one of my favorite things, Shelly, is to be intentional about rest. The world rests out of collapse. That's what we learn to do as a society. You work the candle at both ends if you're tenacious and disciplined and diligent. Not disciplined, probably just diligent. You go after it, burn the candle at both ends, and you rest out of collapse. And you can do that for a season. Some can do it longer than others, but it will catch up with you. But throughout that process, what you don't realize is, and I love Shelley's word, is that if you don't make rest intentional, you function at a level higher than your best, because your best, for you to function at your highest and your best, rest is part of the fuel. It's not just a good diet. It's not just exercise. Your body needs to be rested, rejuvenated, and restored, you know? So that's one of my favorite trainings I've ever done, because it's one of the favorite things that was taught to me. You want a good book to read in 2025? Read Making Room for Life by Randy Frazee. It's God's design on time management based on the Hebrew calendar. So good. So good. Let's see. Rest is still a verb. Yes, rest is a verb. It's something you do. It is a do thing. Okay, so we're going to do this together. Find me if you're joining for the first time. If you need to hunt me down for a 3-way call or anything, go to the website, makealife.com. Go to @CurtBeavers on any social media. You will find me, and you can hunt me down. But I will see you guys tonight. I'm going to rest my voice. I just built a tree house with 6 grandkids that all had snot. And so I'm trying to claim that I'm not getting that snot. And I'm going to have a healthy voice tonight for you guys. And it's going to be great, okay? Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming in this morning. We'll be with you tonight. And you can go to makealife.com/calendar, and all of our coaching events, all of our calls are there if you want to add that to your calendar for 2025. Be blessed. This is going to be a year of amazing things. It's going to be the year of abundance, not the year of scarcity. Claim it, and let's do it together. Adios.